digital marketing industry, I started my apprenticeship in April 2021. It actually took me quite a while to get here. So I've always had an interest in IT, English, all the creative subjects. I was one of those nerds that would always go to Ansbury, the careers service, at least once a year, just to check in and see how I'm doing, am I on track, what sort of career am I actually interested in doing, because there's about 101 different things that I would love to do. I know that since I was maybe 13, 14 years old, the Ansbury coordinator was always encouraging me, get into marketing, get into advertising. They thought it would be the perfect role for me. Towards the end of my time at school, I was actually looking in a completely different direction. I was hoping to go into education. At that point, I'd been doing my extended project qualification. I was looking at creating a book incorporating Makaton, the sign and symbol language. And the more research I did for it, the more interested I got. And at that point, I was looking at doing an open degree, possibly going into an education and teaching direction. Unfortunately, at that point in my life, I was experiencing quite a few health difficulties. It was quite a struggle to finish school, although my coursework was great. I barely made it through my exams. I know they say grades don't matter, but I'm still kicking myself now for getting U's in those. I ended up taking some time off. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to a physical university. I wasn't able to go into work, but I didn't let that stop me. I started doing some training and workshops in my spare time. I took on some volunteer roles locally, and gradually as my health improved, I slowly built myself up. I took on more work. I would try to figure out what is it that I want to do, what do I want to get involved in, and it got to the point where by mid-2019 I felt confident and ready to return to the workforce, at which point I realised, what on earth do I want to do? I think by that point I realised my health fluctuates just a bit too much to be in education, to be a teacher. And I had so many interests, I didn't know where to begin. It's actually because of my friend Kieran, who sees himself as a sort of ad hoc careers advisor in his spare time, he told me to look into digital marketing. And I started thinking back to the advice I'd gotten from Ansbury going into a marketing career. And I started looking around. Now at that point, I started doing my research, I started looking into the industry. I'd been doing my degree part-time online with the Open University, and lo and behold, just as I was looking to get back into work, they had an insight day coming up at Merkelink in London, all about digital marketing. I managed to apply and go up to London for the day to learn more about the industry, see if it was something I was interested in, and I was absolutely blown away. It was an industry all about variety. There was so much to get involved in, from the creative to the IT technical side, and I knew it would be perfect for me. I started practicing, doing training in my spare time while I started applying for apprenticeships. I looked at completing the fundamentals of digital marketing through Google. And in March, I had my interview with the college, and I managed to get onto their digital marketing apprenticeship. And then less than a week later, the entire world went into lockdown, and all the vacancies dried up. Luckily, that turned out to be quite a good thing for me. By March the next year, I ended up with Intergage, which is an incredibly lovely and supportive business that's currently in Ferndown. I ended up meeting quite a lot of lovely people there who were incredibly supportive of me and my health problems. They knew that I was really keen and excited to learn more about the industry, and they've been really helping me do my training and figure out what it is that I love. Now, they recently split up the business into different sections. So you've got marketing engineers who do a lot of the main digital marketing side of things, marketing systems that tend to do a bit more of the technical. I actually started off on the technical team, marketing systems, learning content management, and although it was something that I hadn't done before, I was absolutely blown away. And one of the first things they got me to do not long after I started was my own project, using their content management system, figuring out the bugs, creating my own website within it and presenting it to the rest of the team. And then in the summer, I moved over to marketing engineers to really get started on the main runs of the work that I would be doing for the rest of my career. So I'd already had some experience doing things like copywriting and social media scheduling through some of my previous volunteer roles. So quite a lot of what I'm doing at the moment covers those areas. And I've also started learning how to do the paperclip. Losing my place again because I've gone ahead of my cards. Learning how to use HubSpot since they're a HubSpot Platinum partner. And doing all the analytics, which I'm really enjoying, and trying to figure out what it is exactly that I want to be doing. Because there is so much involved in the industry, so many different niches, you don't quite know where to begin. So looking towards the future, I'm hoping to return to my degree next year, hopefully finishing off my apprenticeship by next October, and then taking my degree into a more business and marketing direction. Fingers crossed getting some support from my employer to do that as well. And again, hoping to find my niche within the business. What is it exactly in digital marketing that I'd like to do? Because it's such a broad, wide industry. Do I want to stick to the copywriting? Do I want to do social media? Maybe going back to content management, or I might find something completely new along the way in my apprenticeship over the next year that I want to get more involved in. And then I suppose getting more involved in the business itself. Since the business split up, we unfortunately lost a few employees, but so many people stepped up. And the business has been growing and improving since then. More people have been taking an active interest in seeing what direction the business is going to go in. And that's definitely something that I would look to do as well. Hopefully, eventually, getting myself into a managerial position. And eventually doing my Chartered Institute of Marketing level 6 along the way as well. I guess that's it, because I'm out of cards.